What's up, guys? Back with another video, and I was lazy, and didn't feel like changing for this. I decided just throw something on. But this is another Power Rangers review, Power Rangers S.P.D. Now um this was the very first Power Ranger series that I ever watched. When this series came out, I was 7, going on 8, and I still have a couple of the DVDs in the garage that I have that Disney released when the series was out or when the series was finished or whatever. And I'm just gonna pick apart the season piece by piece, what I like, what I didn't like. Now, Bridge and it starts off with Bridge, Sky, and Sid. They're trying to they're trying to become Rangers, and Sky wants real bad to become the Red Ranger because his father was the Red Ranger and he died in battle. And they run across these petty thieves, Jack Landers and Z Delgado, who they battle and get into a little get into a little scuffle with, and they get the best of them. And when they do become Rangers, Sky is there's a little back and forth between Sky and Jack because he feels Jack didn't earn the right to become a Red Ranger. He feels like it was just handed to him on the silver platter, while Sky works his way up through the academy. A guy like Jack just comes in and it was just handed to him. So I like that little back and forth between them over. I think Jack overall, I think Jack was the leader, but I think that Sky was Jack was the leader, but it seemed like Sky would, well, it didn't seem like, but Sky had a real hard time accepting Jack as the leader, and he just didn't accept, he just didn't like taking orders from anybody. And when the series first started, he was a real sexist dick when Kruger asked him, "How would you feel if I promoted Sid to Red Ranger?" And he just laughed it off, and he was just like, "No offense, sir, she's a girl." And towards the end of the series, when he asked him that same question, it was the complete opposite. Now, when I first watched this series as a kid, now, like I said, not only is it the first Power Ranger series I ever watched, but the Pink Ranger Alicia. She is my first TV crush. I had the hugest crush on her growing up, and there were a lot of flaws. Going back and rewatching it, there are actually a lot of flaws with S.P.D. For example, they didn't Disney was too cheap to pay an actor to become the Omega Ranger, so they did the whole ball of light thing to cover it up. Let's see. They vetoed the idea of the Red Ranger being a female, so they snuck it in on A Squad. Let's see. The S.P.D. Rangers were complete assholes to the Dino Thunder Rangers in the team up episodes, and Disney was too cheap to pay to fly JDL back to New Zealand for the second team up episode, Wormhole, which was the last episode that aired. They aired that out of order. I don't know why they did that, but overall, I think this series is. Look, when I first watched it, I was like, this series is awesome. It's incredible. I love it. But rewatching it, uh, on Netflix, I'd say there are the issues that I just mentioned. Yeah, it's real there. It's really there, and the ending is really unsatisfying for me, at least, because I Jack decided to quit S.P.D because he thought having a girlfriend was more important than saving the city. That didn't make sense to me at all. So I would have had either Jack, I would have had either Kruger be promoted, Jack be promoted, and Scott be promoted to Kruger's place, and then Boom become the Green Ranger and Bridge become the Blue Ranger. Or I would have had Sky finally accept Jack as the leader and decide to wait his turn to become Red Ranger. That way we finally get that S.P.D Mystic Force team up that unfortunately we didn't see. And I don't care what no one says, Sky and Wes are not related. Even the producer, Greg, I mean, whatever his name is, I can't think of his name at the time, but at the top of my head, but the producer said it was a complete accident. He was looking to redesign some helmets. Disney told him that they didn't have that kind of budget, so just take a helmet and slap a logo on it. He took the Time Force helmet, and that was it. He didn't do it intentionally. He said he didn't even know it was the Time Force helmet. He said if he would have thought it out more carefully, then he would have found a way to connect the two. But yeah, that's what I think of S.P.D. To be honest, if you would have asked me when I was a kid what I think of this season, I would have gave it an A. But now, like rewatching it, a lot of the flaws with the season, I'll give it a C plus. But yeah, that's my review of S.P.D. Let me know what you guys think of the season overall. I'm gonna have my favorite episodes listed in the description. Don't forget, like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.